These are your red-billed hornbills. More often we actually see the yellow-billed, obviously. Very similar looking bird. Color of the bill being a big difference. Also the shape of the bill. The red-billed hornbills, the ones we're looking at now, they tend to feed a lot more sort of in the lower parts and sort of even upper parts under trees, and mostly in the trees as well. So they're much better at sort of weaving through the trees and getting in and out of little holes in the bark and breaking little twigs off and things like that, whereas the yellow-billed hornbills more often are on the ground actually. So their beak's not quite as heavy. It makes them a little bit easier to maneuver through the trees. They're not as front heavy. And also the bird themselves, they're a little bit more streamlined and sleek. I do highlight, of course, the fact that I said it's, of course, this kind of hops down to the ground and goes and feeds on that termite mound. That's something that a lot of birds try and utilize. One of those interesting little statistics is that you took all the termites in the world, and you took all the humans in the world, about 6 billion of us. You added all those termites together, they would outweigh the combined weight of humans. Now, if you really want to keep yourself busy mathematically, you can go find out the weight of a termite, figure out how much weight is an average human, and multiply that by 6 billion. You'll have a rough idea of how many termites there might be around. More importantly, my point of that was that termites provide a massive source of food for a wide variety of animals. You get some animals, mammals even, that specialize in eating termites. Think of an aardvark or an aardwolf, things that just digest and look for termites every night. In the summertime especially, you see it very often. The termites are busy building new parts onto these mounds. They'll actually break it open and find the termites inside. The secondary part of it as well is that termite mounds themselves create and attract a lot of other life around them. In other words, you'll have mongoose living in there, and those mongoose will leave droppings everywhere, and those droppings will attract flies and ants and maybe some fleas and other parasites. You'll have trees that like growing on termite mounds. Very often are fruiting trees, so they drop berries and seeds down that might have nuts inside them. So you just have a whole potential, or a whole buffet potential around these termite mounds for food. And that obviously attracts a lot of birds, mammals, reptiles, all across the board.